Yeah. Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Right. Now we'll just continue with the class. Okay. Now last class, I think we have discussed about the various different types of the additive manufacturing processes. Okay. So there were totally 7 different types of additive manufacturing processes were there. Okay. Right. Now, after understand now here, these are the 3 parts basically in this particular chapter, additive manufacturing. So basically, we have started with the understanding of the additive manufacturing processes. That is steps in the additive manufacturing processes we have discussed. After that, we have understood about the various different processes and the technologies used to build a product by using additive manufacturing. That is totally 7 different types of the processes and technology we have discussed. So after that, a small 2 topics are there. We just try to discuss that today, and we'll move on to the next sub chapter. Okay. Next is recent trends in manufacturing. Okay. Right. Now in this particular topic, we'll try to understand. Okay, what are the recent trends in man. Basically, this particular chapter is about understanding the advances in manufacturing technology. We'll try to understand what are the recent trends in manufacturing. Okay. Now, why, first of all, why the recent trends in manufacturing is necessitated is important. Okay, why can't we go with the same conventional system? Is you can't go with the same conventional system for the fact that there is a more amount of cost do involved, and more amount of time is going to be there. Okay, in order to produce the component, and you are going to compromise on the quality. In order to improvise all this, in order to improvise the cost, in order to make the cost reduction to happen, and in order to improvise the quality, and in order to improvise the time of production. So there were some recent manufacturing methods were being floated in order to achieve this. Now we'll try to understand what are those different manufacturing techniques. Okay. Now we'll start with the first one called as the lean manufacturing. Okay. So any idea about lean manufacturing? Can anybody quickly say about lean manufacturing? Any idea you have? What do you mean by lean? Lean manufacturing means? Any idea about lean manufacturing? Come on, yaar. Somebody. Okay, right. So let it be. Okay, I think. Yeah. Okay, now basically, in case of what is called as the lean manufacturing, basically lean manufacturing says about addition of a value during the production process. Okay, very simple. Lean manufacturing is a type of production method wherein you are going to have a production practices which considers the expenditure of resources. Okay, consider the expenditure of resources to be at a better value. That means value addition process. Okay, basically it is going with a value addition process, and lean manufacturing mainly deals with reduction of the waste. Okay, very important. Lean manufacturing mainly deals with reduction of the waste. What do you mean by waste here? Okay, waste is nothing but, okay, waste in manufacturing is nothing but any process which doesn't add value to the process. Okay, any method which doesn't value to the quality of the product is going to be considered as a waste. Okay, waste doesn't indicate, it's just a nominal term. Okay, please understand, waste in a sense any method which is not going to add a value, okay, which is not going to add a value to the quality of the product is what is called as lean manufacturing. Therefore, in lean manufacturing, the focus is towards, in lean manufacturing, the focus is towards producing the best of the best product, by which the number of reductions, number of defects, okay, and the number of rejections are going to be made to as far as possible nil. Okay, so that is the concept of lean manufacturing. Okay, it is an adaptability of the process in order to reduce the waste. Okay, in a single statement, lean manufacturing is the adaptability of the technology in order to reduce the waste during the manufacturing process or the manufacturing procedure. is called as the lean manufacturing all about. Okay, right. Next is called as what is called as the demand flow manufacturing. Okay. Now, what do you mean by demand flow manufacturing is important. Okay. Now, in any manufacturing firm, okay, when you are going to produce the component, you are going to produce for certain demand. Okay. Now, without knowing the demand pattern, you will never going to produce, because you don't know how many persons will like your Honda car. Accordingly, the Honda is going to manufacture its production capacity. Okay, so nobody is going to produce only 20 per month, and nobody is going to produce 20,000 per month. Whatever the production which is happening, and you know that clearly, whatever the production is going to happen in the shop floor is going to be done based on the demand, okay, for that particular product. Okay, now what is demand flow manufacturing is very important. Okay, demand flow manufacturing is optimized utilization. Okay, demand flow manufacturing is the optimized utilization of the facility in order to produce the component. Okay, that means in a particular month you have got a demand for 20,000 product. Okay, now in order to produce 20,000 product, which is demand flow. Okay, demand flow for manufacturing is what? Demand flow manufacturing is explaining. Demand flow for manufacturing is a particular company required to produce some 20,000 parts. Now, in order to produce this 20,000 parts, how optimized? Okay, how are you going to optimize your facility? Okay, how are you going to optimize your facility in order to produce this is going to be called as your demand flow manufacturing. Okay, if you are not going to optimize properly, then your production capacity, okay, then your production capacity is going to be bit altered, and you could not able to deliver the product as per the requirement, because that is a demand flow manufacturing. Then next is called as just in time. Okay, just in time is very much known to you. Just in time is a technology started by Japan manufacturing companies, wherein we expect the product, we expect the labor, we expect the raw material to be available, okay, only when it is required. Okay, just in time promotes the requirement of the availability of the labor, raw material at an instant of time. Okay, that means nothing should be waited. Okay, no person should wait for the operation, and no material should be waited for carrying out the job. Means to say, just in time will remove which department, which important point that I am trying to say is, just in time will more or less will try to remove the warehouse in the factory. Okay, what is warehouse? What do you mean by warehouse? What is the concept of warehouse?
Storage.
Okay, warehouse is nothing but the storage. Okay, the just in time will avoid the presence of the warehouse only, because you will never going to order. Just in time suggest that you will never going to order anything early. Okay, you are going to order everything in right at the required moment. Okay, therefore, if at all if you are following just in time, okay, you have to have a very utmost care, wherein the materials are going to be available in right time. Okay, so that thing that you need to go through with. Okay, then next thing is called as agile manufacturing. Okay, right. Before we go to agile manufacturing, what do you mean by agility? Let's understand what is the concept of agility. What is agility? What is agility? Can anybody say? What is agile? What is agile?
Quick.
Okay, agile is nothing but very fast, quick. Okay, agile manufacturing. Okay, agile manufacturing says simple. Agile manufacturing is nothing but, given the fact of the manufacturing facility, how are you going to create agility within the environment? Okay, with the environment, how are you going to create the agility? Agility is nothing but quickness with which, okay, quickness with which you are going to manufacture the product. Okay, that means to say that how are you going to create the process? Okay, it all depends upon quickness is nothing but fast. Okay, now how fast you are going to create? If you can able to follow agility in your manufacturing, provided you have been get trained in that. Okay, so without the training, without the proper process, if you run it is like asking an athlete who is going to run 800-meter to compete with Usain Bolt. Okay, who is of 100-meter champion. Okay, so you can't do it. Okay, so agility for 100-meter is different. Agility for 800 meters running is different. Therefore, in order to go for 100-meter running, that is in order to go for the agility for 100-meter running, you should supposed to have certain amount of stamina, certain amount of process, certain amount of characteristics built in the system. Similarly, if you want to follow agility in your manufacturing sector, so certain form of processes should be known to you, understanding of the process should be known to you, and a well level of training should be given to you. Okay, so if you can have a combination of the better training and better processes, you can go to a manufacturing area and you can quickly produce the product and you can do it faster. Now the question is, why you need to quickly produce a product? That is very, very important. Okay, no problem. I will take my own sweet time in order to produce the component. Remember, whatever you are going to produce, you are producing for whom? You are producing for the demand. Okay, demand is going to be by whom? Demand is going to be by, very important, demand is going to be by who is called as a customer. Okay, now customer is expecting a product now. Okay, so if this fellow wants the product, okay, then if you are not agile, okay, if you are not going to be agile, then this customer will go to some other company. Okay, simple, as simple as that. Therefore, if you are not agile, if your manufacturing unit is not agile, okay, if your team members are not agile, if the process is not agile, then you can't fulfill the requirement of the customer. Okay, so that is what is the meaning of agile manufacturing or agility. Okay, right. Then what is called as rapid manufacturing. Okay, now just very recently in the previous section we have discussed what is called as rapid manufacturing. Okay, that is nothing but rapid prototyping. Okay, now rapid manufacturing is nothing but producing the product by using the additive manufacturing technologies. Okay, now that is what is the meaning of rapid manufacturing. Then next one is what is called as the flexible manufacturing system. Okay, so in case of flexible manufacturing system, so we have discussed in detail as a chapter only what do you mean by flexible manufacturing system. Okay, and all that stuff. Okay, right. So flexible manufacturing system, just to have a clarity to you. Okay, it's a type of system wherein you are going to have 1 or 2 3 or 4 automated systems which are connected by the material handling system, which is going to have what is called as a part storage system, all controlled by a computerized control system is called as your flexible manufacturing system. Okay, then last one is called as advanced planning and scheduling. Okay, so advanced planning and scheduling is nothing but your what is called as the advances in what is called as your computer aided process planning and what is called as your shop floor control. Okay, now these are the basic trends in manufacturing which are desired in order to have a more flexibility to be built in the manufacturing environment. Okay, in order to build more flexibility, you have to follow these different types of the recent trends. Okay, right. Now, from understanding this, then we'll go for what is called as the last topic, called as the hybrid manufacturing. Okay, right. Now, what is hybrid manufacturing? Okay, now we know the word called as the hybrid. Okay, now when we understood a word called as the hybrid is nothing but what? Hybrid is nothing but a combination. Okay, right. Hybrid manufacturing. Okay, hybrid manufacturing process. Okay, combines 2 or more established manufacturing processes into a new combined setup. Okay, this is very important. Hybrid manufacturing, okay, combines 2 or more established manufacturing processes, okay, into a new combined setup. Okay, into a new combined setup. The advantage of each discrete process can be exploited synergistically. Okay, one second. Number can okay, hybrid. Okay, right. Hybrid manufacturing process combines 2 or more established manufacturing processes into a new combined setup. Now, what you are doing is you have one particular process and you have another particular process. Now, you combine these two and you have another larger process. Okay, now this is what is called as your this hybrid manufacturing system. Okay, hybrid manufacturing system. And when you are going to do this, the advantages of this method and the advantages of this method will also be considered. Okay, the advantages of both are going to be the advantages of this and this is going to be combined here in order to have the better and the best of the methods. Okay, right. Now it says one more thing. It's also defined as the processes comprise a simultaneous acting of different processing principles on the same processing zone. Okay, right. Now let's not worry about that. Okay, right. Now next is we'll try to understand. Now the various hybrid manufacturing processes. Okay, various hybrid manufacturing processes are as follows. Okay, right. Now we'll just try to understand. Okay, So mechanical machining and ECM. Okay, now observe. Mechanical machining is one component and ECM is another component. What is ECM? What is ECM? Any idea? Anybody? What is ECM? Yeah, what is ECM? Okay, right. Hello? What is ECM, yaar? Yeah, tell me. Nobody is here. Gautam Krishna?
Electrochemical machining, sir.
What? Yeah, tell me, Kanishka.
Electrochemical machining, sir.
Okay, what is this type of machining called? What is this type of machining called? Right, come on. Is it a conventional machining?
Non-conventional.
Okay, now there is something called as the unconventional machining, the non-conventional machining. Okay, right? So now whatever you are told, electrochemical machining, okay, it comes under what is called as the non-traditional machining, which is called as NTM. Okay, right. Now that is mechanical machining and ECM. So mechanical machining is a general machining what you are going to do, and this can be combined with electrochemical machining. So that is going to be one particular hybrid manufacturing. Then similarly, you have mechanical machining and you have what is called as EDM. Okay, EDM is nothing but electric discharge machining. Okay, now because these are all the individual chapters. Okay, probably somewhere there was an elective called non-traditional machining. Okay, so in that elective, these are the things which has been dealt with. Okay, right? So mechanical machining and electric discharge machining. Then mechanical machining and laser cutting. Okay, laser beam machining. Okay, if you observe. Then again, a combination of laser cutting and EDM. Now, what is that we are trying to say? We are combining the two processes. We are combining two different processes in order to get the advantage. Okay, now EDM and ECM is going to be combined and we call it as hybrid manufacturing. When you call it as hybrid manufacturing, the advantages of EDM and ECM is going to be taken into consideration. Then we have turn mill and mill grind. Okay, we have turning separately, milling separately. Then you make turn mill center, then mill grind centers. Okay, right. Then ultrasonic assisted mechanical machining, ultrasonic assisted grinding, ultrasonic assisted turning. Now here ultrasonic is assisted for mechanical machining. That if you observe ultrasonic machining USM. Okay, if you are aware of that, there is something called USM. USM is nothing but ultrasonic machining. So that is one type of again a non-traditional machining process. Okay. Then ultrasonic grinding is there. USG, ultrasonic grinding. Then ultrasonic turning is going to be there. Okay. Then we have wire EDM and etching. Okay. So then laser heat treatment and sheet metal forming, laser cladding, injection molding and milling. Now, what you try to understand here is, so in case of a manufacturing, you are going to have a particular process in order to carry out the operation. But hybrid manufacturing supports you. Okay, hybrid manufacturing supports you or helps you to combine two individual processes, okay, which are similar somewhat. Okay, two individual processes are combined together in a single setup, which enhances the productivity. Okay, so that is the main understanding of what is called the hybrid manufacturing all about. Okay, right. Now this is about the concept of hybrid manufacturing. Okay, and by which you have completed what is called as the additive manufacturing system. Okay, right. So if you just look at into this, okay, now I'll just show you one more thing. Now, okay, right. What is that you are seeing on the screen? Have you got anything on the screen now?
Yes, sir. Syllabus. Sir.
Yeah, you got the syllabus. Okay, right. Good. Okay. Now just observe. Now, if you observe the module number 5, okay, right. Now, module number 5, okay, I started with what is called as additive manufacturing system. Okay. Now, in this chapter of additive manufacturing system, okay, what we have discussed is we have discussed basic principles of additive manufacturing. Okay, we have discussed basic principles of additive manufacturing, and that is nothing but the 8 different types of the processes. Okay, and then advantages of additive manufacturing, limitations of additive manufacturing we have discussed. Then important is additive manufacturing processes. Okay, so these are important. Again, I am telling, questions might be asked based on this process, or question might be asked based on the technology. So for photopolymerization, the name of the technology is stereolithography. Okay, right, like this: photopolymerization, material jetting. Okay, we have discussed binder jetting, then material extrusion, right? Then powder bed sintering, then sheet lamination technique, then direct energy deposition technique. There are totally 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 different processes were there. Okay, and applications of AM also we have discussed. Then the small topic that we have discussed was the recent trends in manufacturing. Okay, recent trends in manufacturing and what is called as the hybrid manufacturing. Okay, so this is about the additive manufacturing system. Okay, so this is a small chapters. Then we'll try to now go with what is called as future of automated factory. Okay, so in this future of automated factory, so to start with, we'll be discussing about industry 4.0 and how this 4.0 has come into picture, the function of it, the application benefit, components of industry 4.0, internet of things, IoT applications in manufacturing, cloud computing. Now if you observe, all these are going to be a separate subject itself. Industry 4.0 is a subject, you know that. IoT is a subject, internet of things is a subject, cloud computing is a subject. Okay, big data analytics is a subject. Now we are trying to understand what are all this. Okay, what do you mean by this, and what is the helpfulness of this into the manufacturing. Okay, only that. Okay, so how the manufacturing is going to be affected with the IoT concept. Okay, with the industry 4.0, how the manufacturing can be improvised. Okay, that is what we are going to try to understand. Okay, now with this we'll try to go to this last chapter now. Okay, right, now I just have one more presentation to you. Okay, right. You got the presentation now?
No, sir.
Okay, right. I'm just doing it off. Okay. I think I have to close this and I have to present one more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One more. Okay. Now you got it? You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay. Now we'll start with the chapter name, Future of Automated Factory. Okay. Right. Now just observe. Okay. Let's discuss some small concept of future of automated factory, or it's also called as factory of future. Okay. If you are observe, if you are having any hobby of looking onto the manufacturing blog or manufacturing channels, or if you have any habit of viewing manufacturing channels, or somewhere in what is that? Mega Factory, there is one program is going to come. Okay, I think I have quoted this several number of times. Okay, so in that particular program, that is National Geographic Channel, Mega Factories. So there you can able to understand this probably this term. Okay, that is factory of future. Okay, what is factory of future? That is very important. Okay, when you say a factory of future, now there was some factory concept of factory in the initial stage. Okay, then that we have moved on to what is called as your automated factory. So in the automated factory, so you understood the different types of automation, you understood the fixed automation, you understood programmable automation, you understood flexible automation. Then after that you understood about the flexible manufacturing system, all that. Okay, when you come to this, okay, what is that I am trying to say? All these are going to be the increasing order of the automation in the company. Okay, so conventional, there was less automation. Then you come to programmable, fixed, programmable, and flexible, more and more of automation. Then if you come to what is called as a flexible manufacturing system, that was the highest amount of automation that you could able to practice in your factory. Okay, so what is factory of future? In general manufacturing sector, factory of future says that there should not be any human being. Okay, there should be only automated equipments which talk to themselves. Okay, please understand. Okay, the automated members, automated equipment which talk to themselves and carrying out the operation. Therefore, a general concept of the future of automated factory is, okay, that you have to visualize in that way. The future of automated factory is going to be a entity with no human being, okay, with no human being, and with only automated equipments. They are going to talk with themselves, okay. Talk in a sense communication, okay. Talk with in a sense communication should happen within themselves, okay. So through the connecting methodology, and they only have to decide how to produce the component and how to troubleshoot if there is going to be any problem is going to come into picture, okay. So in this future of automated factory, to make this future of automated factory to happen, okay, one very new technology which has come into picture, okay, that we have fondly called it as, okay, called as Industry 4.0, okay, or Industry 4.0, okay. So have you heard of this Industry 4.0? Have you heard of this word sometime?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good. Okay, now this is a buzzword, okay, which is present. But now, as Indians, okay, we should understand where we are, okay, at Industry 4.0, where we are, that we'll try to understand bit later, okay. Right, what is Industry 4.0? Simple, okay. Why that 4 has come into picture? Any idea? Why that 4 has come into picture? Why industry? Why not 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, or 10.0? Any idea? Yeah.
How it gradually progress, like industrial revolution, like that. So it keeps going forward. So it's 4.0.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, nowadays Industry 4.0 just says about the fourth revolution. Okay, fourth revolution of the industry. It's very simple. Okay, it is the fourth revolution of the industry. It is Industrial Revolution 4.0. Okay. Now this revolution has occurred over a very longer duration of time. Okay, so that we'll try to understand. Okay, so before we go into that, so Industry 4.0 is a very buzzword, okay, which is happening everywhere, wherein you are practicing something. Okay, what it says, Industry 4.0 is a name for the current trend of automation and data exchange in manufacturing technology. Okay, it's a current trend of automation, okay, and data exchange. Okay, now what it includes? It includes cyber physical system. Okay, we call it a CPS. In detail, you are going to discuss. Don't worry about that. Industry 4.0 includes cyber physical system. In a sense, just remember, cyber physical systems, it means that the different systems are going to be interconnected, okay, not physically, okay, interconnected through by means of the higher level connectivity. Okay, that means the physical connection is not going to be through the persons. Okay, the physical connection is not through the person. I mean, I will not go to other department will not come to me. So the trends or the practices in one system to the other system is going to be happen through the communication channel. Okay, so that is what is the cyber physical system. And also there is something called as IoT. Okay, now you observe there are plenty of things which are happening on IoT. Okay, that is Internet of Things. Then cloud computing. Okay, so cloud computing is nothing but having an information in the cloud and try to utilize that for the purpose of for the faster thing. And cognitive computing. Cognitive is something but what is cognitive? What are cognitive skills? What is cognitive means? Can anybody say what is cognitive? Yeah. Can anybody say what is cognitive, please? Then I'll assume that nobody is here in the class. Hello? Yeah. What is cognitive? I'll keep on waiting. Okay, if it is the case.
So we don't know. So
Cognitive skills.
So it is a process of understanding
Huh?
something.
What is that? What is that to deal with basically? What is that to deal with? What is, on what basis it is deal with? Cognitive deals with what entity of your human structure?
So
Cognitive relates to what? Huh?
mentally.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, cognitive relates to what?
Psychology.
Cognitive relates to your brain. That's it. Okay. Cognitive thinking is nothing but what? Cognitive thinking is nothing but simple, very simple. Cognitive thinking is something related with that of the mental ability. Okay, or about the interpretation of your mind. Now, in case of Industry 4.0, as I told that cognitive thinking, cognitive computing is not going to be done by whom? It is not the human being. Can you accept this? In Industry 4.0, there will be a lesser amount of human participation is going to be there. Therefore, who has to make that cognitive thinking here? Who has to compute? Who has to do the cognitive thinking, mental thinking? Who has to do? Who has to do the mental thinking here? Okay,
Machines.
with a machine, simple. Okay, now here, if I am a human being, I will think. Okay, through my brain, I am going to think what is the action that I am supposed to take. Okay, what action I should take? What is that I need to do now? I will be doing this. Okay, but in my absence, I am going to have what are called as the artificially intelligent machines. Okay, AI machines I am going to have in my Industry 4.0 setup, wherein they are going to do the decisions. Okay, decisions are going to be done through the mind. So for that, in order to convert that human brain thinking, okay, into the machine brain thinking, we call that word called as cognitive. Cognitive is nothing but processing mentally. Okay, mental processing is nothing but your cognitive computing. Okay. So now this is what? Okay, now Industry 4.0 says about the cyber physical system, Internet of Things, cloud computing, and cognitive computing. Basically, as I told earlier, the Industry 4.0 is referred as the fourth revolution. Okay, fourth revolution of the industrial revolution. This is very important. Okay. Now, what it creates basically, Industry 4.0 creates what has been called a smart factory. Okay. So it is not an automated factory. We call it as smart factory. Okay. Right. Now, where it has started? Any idea? Who has started this? Where it has originated? Industry 4.0. Just a guess. Okay, just a guess. Don't worry. Just a guess. Can you
Germany.
guess? Huh?
Germany.
Germany. Okay. Any other? Any other? Okay, right. Now, as many of the new invention, okay, as mainly, okay, some manufacturing invention has started in Japan. Okay, many. If you observe JIT, if you observe Kanban, something like that. Okay, but on the contrary, the Germany has also given a very greater amount of the inventions into, especially into the manufacturing. This Industry 4.0 has started in the Germany, basically. Okay, so Industry 4.0 is originated from a Germany, wherein they have started with a project. It was just it was not too old a technology. Okay, it is not even not even on the 7-8 years old. Okay, it's a very new technology. Okay, so probably we can understand that we are learning a very new technology. Okay, the term Industry 4.0 originates from a project in a high technology strategy of the German government. Okay, so now if you observe, there is something called Hanover Fair. Okay, now just an example. Okay, I'm not comparing the Hanover Fair with the Indian this one. Okay, now you know in Indian machine tool, okay, for the manufacturers, Indian manufacturer, there is one every year fair is going to occur. Okay, what is that you call it as? Which is larger one. Okay, more or less it is the largest. It is largest fair, like a manufacturing fair, which happens in your own city. Okay, what is that? Come on, yaar. What is that? Huh? Okay, right. Now, you know, probably in the month of January, every year in the month of January, the last week of January, okay, so we'll be having at BIAC, okay, at BIAC, there will be a fair which is going to occur. We call it as the IMTEX, okay, if you are observing, okay, if you know about that, okay. I think probably you might have also visited that, okay, IMTEX, okay, which is under Indian Machine Tool Manufacturers Association, okay. So under the aegis of IMTMA, okay, Indian Manufacturing and Machine Tools Association. So there is something called as Simtex, which is going to be organized. Okay. Similarly, there is something called as Hanover Fair in Germany. Okay. So that is basically in 2011 in Hanover Fair. Okay. This Industry 4 has been started to make a news. Okay. And accordingly, they are telling some processes occurred, and at the 2013 Hanover Fair. Okay. I'm also having the report on 8th April 2013 at the Hanover Fair. The final report of Industry 4 was presented. Okay. So now you can say that in 2013, okay, from 2013, this Industry 4.0 word has been coined, and it has been present largely in the German manufacturing sector. Okay, right. Now we'll come back to this. So probably you can understand and you can appreciate how the Industry 4.0 has started to come to picture. Okay, right. Now we'll start with, as I told, the manufacturing revolution from Industry 1.0 to Industry 4.0. Okay. So what is Industry 1.0? It is simple, the first industrial revolution. Okay. Now where at the end of 18th century, okay, long ago, so long ago, at the end of 18th century, so the first industrial revolution has occurred. Okay. So what is that basically, which has made, if you observe, it's a steam power engines. Okay. So if you observe, it's a steam power engine has been developed. Okay. That is the main thing. Okay, that is the starting of it. Okay, that is the industrial revolution. One is introduction of mechanical production equipments driven by water and steam power. Okay, right. Then the second industrial revolution at the end of 19th century. Okay, at the end of 19th century. Okay, right. Now we have what is called as the introduction of mass manufacturing production. Okay, powered by electric energy. Okay. Now if you observe, there are plenty of things which has happened. Now we are just highlighting only the important parameters here. Okay. The second revolution states with what is called as mass manufacturing. This is very, very important. Okay. Right. Now earlier to that, it is only a single unit production are going to be mainly there. But when it comes to Industry 2.0, it is related with that of the mass manufacturing or the mass production. Okay, simple. Now how the mass production has initiated? Because mass production has initiated because of what is called as a larger demand in the market. Now accordingly, a larger amount of trend set has been occurred. Okay, now mainly by using what is called as the electric energy. Okay, that is nothing but all your machines all have come into picture. Okay, now in your Industry 2.0, you have more amount of your the CNC machines. Okay, are the not CNC machines particularly. Okay, like your traditional machining has more of a case here. Okay, traditional machining, discrete machines have more of a case here. Then the third industrial revolution is going to be what? With respect to you have machines here, then you automated the machine. Once you automated the machine, what has been introduced? Okay, electronics component has been introduced into your system. Okay, so now you automated the machine from your conventional machine to CNC machine. Once you moved from conventional machine to CNC machine, where you expect the work to be happening in an automated manner, then accordingly electronics comes into picture because of miniaturization. This is very, very important. Okay, now at Industry 2.0 level, miniaturization was not the big deal. Okay, miniaturization is something but the size of the machine, let's say. Okay, so it was very huge there. Okay, but when you come to Industry 3.0, the size of the machine has been dropped down. Okay, dropped down heavily. Okay, so now you need to have smaller and smaller component. Okay, smaller and smaller component entered into your system. Therefore, more of an electronics comes into picture. Okay, so when I say electronics, it is nothing but your transistors has come into picture, your capacitors has come into picture, your diode have come into picture, your triode have come into picture, or your triac has come into picture. Okay, all this has made the system to look simple. Okay, so you might have observed something called as LSI technology, VLSI technology, SLSI technology. That is large scale integration, very large scale integration, super large scale integration. Okay, right. All this has made the system to be as small as possible. Okay, then we have PLC devices. Okay, PLC means what? What is PLC? What is PLC?
Logic controllers.
What logic controllers? What logic controllers? PLC is correct. What you said is right. Okay. Precedence is what? P is nothing but programmable logic controllers. Okay. PLC is nothing but programmable logic controllers. Okay. Then we have the robots have come into picture, and automation has come into picture. Okay. Now in this third revolution, whatever where we are now. Okay, now in the Indian context, if I'm going to be specific, more or less we are in the third revolution. More or less we are in the third revolution, wherein we have a high-end machines, we have PLC devices, we have, and somewhat in many of the companies people are practicing the automation. Okay, right. Now next is, that is the Q4, the quarter 4 of your 20th century. Quarter 4 of 20th century is your industrial revolution. Now the start of 21st century. Okay, so from almost around 2012 or so. Okay, 2012 or 2003 only it has started. Now we have the fourth revolution. We call it as Industry 4.0. Okay, what Industry 4.0 is? Okay, it is introduction of the Internet of Things and cyber physical system driven by augmented reality and real-time intelligence. Okay, very important is this. Okay, augmented reality and real-time intelligence. Okay, so what do you mean by augmented reality? Anything? Any idea? Can anybody simply say what is augmented reality? Can anybody say augmented reality, please? Now just observe what he is doing here. Okay, now just go with this diagram only. Let me just go with. Okay, there is one particular machine which is going to be there. Okay, and he is pointing some device onto this machine. Okay, now just observe augmented reality in a sense is what. Okay, now augmented reality is a very higher end of technology, wherein there is some software which has been driven into your system. Okay, you can just Google and observe. There are many augmented reality machines are available. Means what? What does it mean? Now there will be a machine in front of you. Okay, right? And you download augmented reality apps which are available, and you point to that particular machine. Okay, right? Then what you could able to observe is, you could able to observe the machine which was stationary. The machine which was stationary, you can able to observe how exactly the machining is going to occur. Okay, on your screen, on your, literally the machine is stationary only, but through that augmented reality application, you can able to observe the specification of the machine and what are the maximum speed and all that. Okay, if you remember, then in our college only there is one talk which we have organized. Okay, I don't know how many of you remember. A person by name Chetan. Okay, he has talked on Industry 4.0 and he has shown somebody to come to explain about this. Okay, I don't know how many of you remember this. Okay, so this was happened. Okay, in our college. Okay, in for you, I just guess. Okay, right. Now when you point to that, okay, when you point to that, you are going to feel the reality of that machine. The machine is going to be stationary, but the specification of the machine, how the machine is going to work, okay, all going to be available. Now this is the future. Now this is the present. This is the future for India, but this has already been present. Now what is going to happen? The company manufacturers who have manufactured their product, okay, how to understand the capability of that machine, how to understand the capability of that machine. You can understand the capability of that machine if you have an augmented reality application with you. Okay, you can just point towards that machine and you can observe how that machine is going to work. Okay, in the real time. Okay, so that is the beauty of what is called as the industrial revolution. Okay, now this is just a flow how the industrial revolution has occurred. Okay, right. Now we just try to understand some more thing. Okay, before we close for the day. The industrial revolution is happening through the use of cyber physical system. That is very important. The cyber physical systems are nothing but, it means that I can observe, it means that physical systems such as machines and robots, okay, machines and robots will be controlled by automation system equipped with machine learning algorithm. Okay, that means the cyber physical system. Okay, the meaning of cyber physical system is the thing, but the physical, whatever the physical system that we are going to call, okay, physical systems are nothing but what? The machines, okay, the robots, okay, then material handling equipment, then we have what is called as the ASRS, that is storage and retrieval system. Then we have what is called as CMM. All these are physical system. Are you going to agree with me? Okay, right. So these are all machines as physical system, robot is a physical system, material handling equipments are a physical system, ASRS is a physical system, CMM is a physical system. Now, how are you going to connect this? Okay, you are going to connect by using an automated system, okay, by using a automation system through the machine learning algorithm, okay, through the ML algorithm. Okay, you are going to connect between this to this, okay, this to this this to this. Okay, that means they are going to talk themselves. Okay, the machines are going to talk with CMM. CMM is going to talk with the ASRS. The material handling is going to talk with the robot. Okay. So now what is very important thing is this point is very important. What is that you don't want it? You want a minimal input from human operators. Okay, that is the requirement of your industry 4.0. Okay, that means industry 4.0 is smart devices turning into smart products, turning into smart factories. Okay, now industry 4, now you are making what? You are making the devices smart. Through these smart devices, you are making it to a smart product, and this smart product will be finally be observable through what is called as smart factories. Okay, now this is the flow of your industry 4.0. Okay, right. Now we have very important slide. Okay, that is components of the industry 4.0. Okay, I'll just leave it to you. Okay, just for the observation. Okay, I don't want to discuss because I want to discuss the whole thing in a single shot. Okay, so that interconnectivity I just want to explain. That's why I'm just leaving this. Okay, right. In the meantime, I leave this slide for a minute, for 2-3 minutes. By the meantime, you try to enter your USA number in the chat box. Okay, and also at the meantime, I'll also talk regarding some of the things which has occurred. Okay, right. Now, if you observe carefully, right. Now let me stop the recording. Okay.